What is up, guys? The Arrowverse Collaborator here, and today, because Stargirl's on tonight, I just thought make a video about all the characters that are going to appear, Justice Society related, and past, present, and future. So let's make our way into the video. But first, if you're new to this channel, subscribe and leave a like on this video. At the end, if you want to watch the entire video, and then slap that subscribe button. And yeah, let's make our way into the video. So starting with the Justice Society of the past, we have a whole bunch of characters, so I will list them individually. Let's break down the characters individually, one by one. So the first person on the team is Alan Scott, the very first version of Green Lantern in the Golden Age era of the comics. So Alan Scott was, he was the first version of Green Lantern from 1940s to the 1950s until they introduced the Hal Jordan version of Green Lantern in Silver Age. So I think it's cool how Alan Scott will be featuring. I think though he'll be a cameo though, unfortunately, because of Green Lantern's abilities, and I don't think the DC universe will have the rights to or be able to afford the budget or the special effects for Green Lantern. And so this Green Lantern was he was just Green Lantern, but with the cape and the different color scheme in the DC New 52 relaunch for the new multiverse in DC Comics after Crisis in 1985. He got the same color scheme as the Hal Jordan version of Green Lantern and all the other Green Lantern Corps members. So yeah, but this version of Green Lantern, his weakness is yellow. Hal Jordan had it briefly until they retconned that after Crisis. So the second person on the team in the past is the Carter Hall version of Hawkman. Now, we have had Hawkman in two different versions of live action. So the first time we saw Hawkman was in Smallville in the early 2000s. And then after we saw him in the Arrowverse in that Heroes Joined Forces crossover in 2015-16 crossover with Flash and Arrow when they first had the multiverse and crossover stuff when they were setting up Legends. And then Hawkman along with Hawkgirl were on the Legends show for first season. So Hawkman, like Alan Scott, I think he will be a cameo, unfortunately, but I think Hawkman could maybe set something up between like a crossover between the Arrowverse and the Stargirl show, because we already have Hawkman in the Arrowverse. I don't know if they're going to retcon that due to Crisis, but I hope not, because I would like to see more Hawks in the Arrowverse multiverse. So yeah, I just would think that they'd want to incorporate Hawkman in some form of way on the show and in like the other shows. So next on the list is the Charles McNider version of Dr. Mid-nite. So he was the very first version of Dr. Mid-nite in the early 1940s, as he was one of the founding members of the Justice Society of America in the very first versions of the character roster in the comics. But in the series, he will be succeeded by the Beth Chappell version of Dr. Mid-nite, who in the comics is also the second version of Dr. Mid-nite. But she will be like a high school student, like Stargirl and Wildcat, who I will get to soon. But Dr. Mid-nite will be his powers are basically allowing him to see in the dark for an extended period of time. And yeah, we had an other version of Dr. Mid-nite in Legends of Tomorrow. And yeah, so without Hawkman, we have Hawkwoman. So she is the Earth 2 version of Hawkgirl. So Hawkwoman is like Hawkman, was debuted in the early 40s, and she is a member of the Justice Society of America. So she has the same powers as Hawkman. She has Thanagarian weapons and tech and armor. So yeah, there's nothing really to talk about her, only the fact that she had Hawkgirl debut in the Arrowverse. So these are two members of the Justice Society on the list. We have Jakeem Thunder and Jonathan Thunder. So both of them have the ability to enter an astral form similar to that of Doctor Strange or Danny Phantom, if you're really that into that stuff. So yeah, Jake Game and Jonathan Thunder are they have the powers of that, and it's like an electrical astral form. So I think I think maybe they'll appear if they do flashbacks in the series. So I'm not sure, but hopefully we see more of them, because I have never seen a version of them live action. I don't know much about them. That's all I know about them. So here's a popular character on this list, Jay Garrick, who was the Flash of the Golden Age in the very early era of the comics. So Jay Garrick has made a lot of appearances in live action and in animation appearances, but Jay Garrick, I think, could possibly be a way if the Hawkman thing doesn't work. Jay Garrick could be a Jay Garrick doppelganger of Earth 2. So I think Jay Garrick will be he could maybe be alive on in present day. Hopefully Jay Garrick's alive in present day, because maybe you could have a reunion between Pat Duncan, who's Stripes in the show, and Jay Garrick. Now people are probably wondering, how is Jay Garrick on this if he's on Flash? Well, multiverse thing, because the multiverse still exists after Crisis. They just don't know about it yet. So Stargirl's Earth, which is the new Earth 2, Jay Garrick could still be a character, because they just don't know anything about Crisis. Jay Garrick could be a different character. I just think Jay Garrick could maybe be a guest star or a recurring character on the series. So, because in the promo, he was mentioned to be a character. He was mentioned by Pat Duncan saying the Flash couldn't stop the Injustice Society. So if he was mentioned, that means he could probably be a very important character. So just let me think. Do you think the Flash will be a recurring character on Stargirl? Yes. Yes or no? If you have any other characters you want me to list, yeah. So next on the list is Dr. Fate. This is the Kent Nelson version of Dr. Fate. And Dr. Fate, I would like to see him in present day as well, because Kent Nelson is alive as of present day. So, yeah, nothing else much is really to talk about. It's just Dr. Fate in present day. I would like to see Dr. Fate as a character, though, because, yeah, I don't know. So Pat Duncan will be the only character on this list that will be both a JSA past and present day. So, yeah, Pat Duncan, he is Starman's sidekick in the series and in the show, in the comics. So Stripes, he is this normal kid. He has this mechanized suit which allows him to do virtually anything. But yeah, nothing else is really to talk about him other than the fact that Stripes will play an important character, like a main star on Stargirl. But I think because he is basically the only adult member on the team, I think what they will do is probably kill off Pat Duncan as a character, because it will probably motivate Courtney Stargirl to suit up and fight for what's right. So this show will introduce the character Hourman to Stargirl show. Now, Hourman is one of the founding members of the JSA in the comics, and what his powers are, he has this magical pill which gives him the powers of super strength, super speed, agility, etc. for only an hour, which in my opinion kind of is a dumb superpower, because Hourman can only use his abilities for an hour, and before he has to take a refill like a drug in some way. Now, Hourman, he will be a big character in this series because he will be he is like the father of the second Hourman, Rick Tyler, in the Stargirl show, which he is not really going to be. Well, he's not going to be in present day as he is dead in the past. And so, yeah. So here's a character that has not been introduced in live action ever. His name is Sandman. So, not to confuse with Marvel's Sandman, this guy, well, virtually has the same powers, technically. And so Sandman, he is like a founding member of the JSA, and he was never in live action before until today. And so he's just going to be a very important character, I'm guessing. So here's the original star of the show, Starman. He is the father, or the original father of Stargirl, until he died in 2010, which is when the entire JSA died, and he took on the torch to Courtney Whitmore, who became Stargirl in the comics and in the series. So he has the same powers as Courtney, which he has the cosmic staff, which allows him to fly, shoot bursts of energy, and communicate with the staff. So it has like a mental connection to the staff of the cosmic staff. And so yeah, Courtney will be using the cosmic staff, I'm guessing, and there will probably be comedy purposes in the staff's scenes, as there's been descriptions of the staff having its own personality, and I'm guessing the staff is like an ancient relic or something, so like maybe goes back to Camelot stuff or ancient mythos of stuff. So the final member of the past JSA is Ted Grant, aka Wildcat. So Wildcat he has no powers. He's basically Batman, but for a wildcat. So yeah, he will be the original member, or the original version of Wildcat until his successor takes over. I can't pronounce her name, so I will just wait until I get into the stuff. Okay, to wrap things up, we have Pat Duncan. He is Stripes. He is also a member of the JSA of the past, but he will be the member also of the present. Like I said earlier, I think he will die to make sure that Courtney matures up and fights as Stargirl, and to honor her both fathers' legacies. So, yeah. Next, we have Beth Chappell. She is the new Dr. Mid-nite, who takes over for Charles McNider, or whatever his name is. So she will be the high school student and be a member of the JSA. She'll take up the mantle of Dr. Mid-nite in the series, and she will have the same powers as he is, which is seeing in the dark, and she will be able to control the darkness and everything. So I got a good look at her name. Her name is Yvette Monreal. So she is the successor of Ted Grant's Wildcat, and she will take over as Wildcat of the series. And she is basically like him. She knows martial arts, and she is a foreign person, but she knows how to use her skills, and will be the Wildcat of the JSA. And we saw all the members of the JSA in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, so we know that they are canon to the Arrowverse now. So Rick Tyler, he is the successor and son of Hourman, Rex Tyler, which died in the 2010s version of the JSA. So he will have the same powers and same abilities as the original Hourman, and nothing forward. So I saved the best for last. Courtney Whitmore, Stargirl. So she has the same powers as Starman, which she gets the costume, and she has the cosmic staff, which allows her to use her abilities, which the abilities are flight, levitation, superhuman strength, superhuman speed, levitation, etc. So she will be the main character of the series, obviously by her name, and so she will have the abilities to balance between high school and her alter ego. and we will see how she does her stuff. And yeah, I don't know how they're going to do the Stargirl stuff, but I hope that they make a crossover between her and the Arrowverse soon, other than that one little cameo we got of her in Crisis. So, I don't know what they're going to do, but hope it's soon. Alright, you guys, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, subscribe, and please leave a like on this video. I'll be making episode 1 tonight, so stay tuned for that, and hope you liked this video. If you did not, I'm sorry for your luck, but yeah, so stay tuned for more videos. In the meantime, watch the rest, and have a nice night, guys.